Ted, allegedly, the Kliq has a lot of power backstage during this period. We have this from the November 27th Observer. From reports we've received, the Kliq met with Vince McMahon on the road a few times, and one of the conversations regarded going through the roster person by person and evaluating whether they belonged or should be moved up or down. So the report would go on to indicate that the suggestions made by the Kliq were not followed through on. But have you ever heard of circumstances where the boys are getting the opportunity to tell a promoter what like which other talent should stay or go?
No. And I'll be honest with you, that's the first time I heard that.
So I've heard the story before. This is, I hadn't read it from Meltzer until I heard the research. But the story goes that they were in Indianapolis one night and they didn't like the house show they were booked on, and they said, "We're not going to go to the building." And I think they called the office and said, "Hey, we're not doing it. We're not going to go to the building. We don't like the booking." And Vince flew to Indianapolis and met with them to kind of like negotiate. Okay, what's wrong? What can we fix? How can we make the company better? And they, according, I think it was Kevin Nash actually said this. He was like, they went person by person through the roster and said like, this guy is good. This guy's not here to be a team player. This guy sucks. Like they went all the way through the roster. It's like, man, when I heard it, it's like that can't be real. But I've heard it corroborated enough now that it's like, man, maybe where there's smoke, there's fire, I guess.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, we all hear that Vince had like a kind of an infatuation with Shawn Michaels. For whatever reason, he just saw this massive potential in Shawn, and Shawn could like do no wrong, always took Shawn's side. And no matter how many issues he had outside of the ring, Vince always kind of had his back and supported him. A lot of stuff going on with Shawn at this time. And like, look, he's got heat with just about everybody backstage during this era. I know that you and Sean are friends today, and certainly circumstances change. He's older, wiser. He's a different man, a better man.
Oh,
Um,
totally.
but like during this time, like, were you aware of how much heat he was getting with everybody that wasn't inside of his friend group?
Well, I knew they had a little heat, and he was like a little Hall and Nash too. It's kind of like a natural thing. Is when you it was almost like we're the new guys on the block and we're here to take over, and basically I just smile and grin, mind my own business, go my way. As long as it doesn't affect me directly, I stay out of it. But if
Well,
it's going to affect my future and and how I'm handled within the business, then that's when that's the only time I try to stay out of everybody else's mess.
I've got to give you credit, Ted, because it feels like it would be tough to stay out of it during that time, especially because, I mean, yes, you're a manager, but you're still a talent. So it's like,
Yeah.
you kind of see guys, being a little bit pushy and getting their way backstage during this period of time. And you're like, hey, look, I'm just here to do my job and go home. I don't want the drama. So that's how you have a nice long
And
career,
that's what I'm
folks.
saying is like, and that's the thing is at this point, I'm not an active member in terms of, you know, um, I'm a manager,
Hmm.
and so I'm not ever directly in the spotlight. I'm only there to represent my team and be their and be their spokesperson, whoever they might be. And so that's how I was able to just stay clear of it.